Hi, I'm Barbara Gail. Some people are born already having their abilities alive and active, meaning children that you hear talking about the friends that they see, the unseen friends, the communications they have with the unseen realms of light. And maybe you were one of them. You might fit the description of being a star seed or a grown indigo. There's lots of labels, but I just wanted to discuss today some of the experiences that I've had so that maybe it will motivate you to pay more attention to the signs or to develop a relationship with your guides and to meditate, because you've heard me talk about that before, because you get so much information through meditation, or at the very least, I do. So I've had a couple of near-death experiences. And if you've had near-death experiences, I'm going to address that first. You're here. You came back, and you came back for a reason. And the people that are wondering, I don't know what my purpose is, and I don't know what reason I came back for, and life is the same as it was before, I would have to say to you, do something different. Do something that shakes up the inertia and try a new hobby or get out into a new neighborhood, meet other people, join a group for yoga, join a group for meditation. Do something that will help you think differently than you did before, and that will allow your brain to kind of move away from its stuckness, we'll call it being stuck, and allow you to think differently. I'm hoping that maybe this video will invite you to think about your inner life, because you go to sleep every night, or if you work a night job, you're going to sleep every morning. And when you go to sleep, I can't stress this strongly enough, you don't stay in your body. But most of the time, people don't remember what they do. Sometimes it's mostly kids, but some adults. I still remember sometimes I have my what I call flying dreams. And when I come back, it was so real that I want to be able to fly. So that is what's going on when we go to sleep at night. We are very, very, very busy. So you can start programming that at night. And it's as simple as before you go to sleep saying, I am remembering what happened tonight. I am inviting my guides and I am stating I go nowhere and I don't do anything that I am not enfolded and surrounded in divine light and love. Nothing else can come to me. And my guides from divine light and love are with me. And when I wake up and whatever time you wake up at 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning, I am remembering what happened, what I learned, who I met. And for some people, this is pretty quick process, and they start remembering right away. And you can record it on your phone. You can record it however you want. For other people, it might take, I don't know, however long it takes. But if you do it, you will retrain yourself and you'll be able to remember all the activities, because really, truly, nobody stays around doing nothing while your body is sleeping. That is just boring. Okay. So in 1988, we had a near-death experience. I had a heart attack, and I've got a lot of podcasts that are out there with this story, so I don't want to belabor it too much. But I'd had a heart attack from a heart condition I'd been born with. And when I had that experience, my experience was beautiful, and it was very short that I remember, because I want to make this very, very important note. We don't remember everything that happened in the near-death experience. My guides have told me that. They said, this is what you remember. Doesn't mean that's all that happened, but this is what you remember. So if you're one of the people who had a near-death experience and you're going, I don't remember anything, nothing happened, I didn't meet anybody, no white light, nothing that was really boring, I would say to you, exactly, you don't remember. That's all this means, is you don't remember, but you will. When you need to, that information will come back to you, whether it's when you're sleeping in a dream, but it will come back to you. So I was asked at some point during this near-death experience, heart attack, And Christ came to me and he said, "Are you coming with me?" I said, "No." Immediately I was back in my body. And he said, "We will help you begin again." And a series of phenomenal miracles happened. The reason I'm telling it to you in such a succinct manner, so brief, is because the focus isn't meant to be on the near-death experience. That may sound like that's crazy. Of course it is. Look at what happened to me. But you're back here. So wherever you are is where your attention needs to be. So figure out through meditation or speaking to someone who can help you with this, figure out what you're supposed to do now that you've returned. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? The next near-death experience I had was in 2010 from a peanut allergy. And I told people in the restaurant I'm allergic to peanuts and peanut oil, but somehow didn't make it through communication. So in this near-death experience, I met my dad, who had passed on in 2007, and he was standing by some double doors, beautiful doors, and that were kind of ajar. They were open a little bit. Oh, I sprained my hand. The dog, it's a dog story, so let's not get into that. Anyway, she's 115 pounds, so she won the battle. But anyway, that's a dog story. I have so many of them. So I wanted to rush and go see my dad, and I wanted to get through those double doors where the light was shining. However, as soon as I got close up to my dad, he was shaking his head, "No, go back, go back." And the doors that were like this now are like that. They closed shut. And now I couldn't see the beautiful white light coming through the doors. So that was another wonderful experience for me. Not being able to not be able to breathe was not a wonderful experience, but getting to see my dad. So what I do is I take that near-death experience, what I remember from it, and it's another reiteration of so many times I have seen my dad, and he has proven to me over and over and over again that there is no death. And he helped me for years following his passing on into the light. So my near-death experiences, each one set me in a different direction in my life. Each one did that for me because I was suddenly motivated, inspired, moved, and had aha information to go in a different direction. So take your near-death experience and really find out, now that you're here, what are you supposed to do with it? And again, if you need help, you can book a session with me, that's fine, or someone else, but the answers are there and they're needed. You're needed. That's why you were sent back. Okay, let's see, what else was I going to talk about? In meditation and out-of-body experiences, you will have information come to you from your guides. You don't have to go through a near-death experience to know that your relative is still alive and doing well, or that Christ is real. You can have these experiences in meditation. October 18th, 1999, I was in God's presence, and what are the words for that? I was in the presence of Source and Creator. So that was through meditation, a very deep process of meditation. I was meditating today, and I was asking guidance because at the end of my meditations, I will see it's like a circle of light, gold and white light. And then out of that circle come faces. People talk to me. I get information. And today, I was asking for something, just something. I really didn't, I didn't ask my usual, what do I need to do? Show me what I need to know, because I do that anyway. But I was asking just for something. And I was so surprised, taken aback by what I saw. Out of this golden white light circle came this green pasture, like emerald green. It was so lush and beautiful. And in this pasture were dogs. And I've had at least 4 German Shepherds who have since passed on. And there were all these dogs, way more than who were with me in this lifetime, and they were playing and jumping around. And I said, "What is this?" Because I was smiling and happy. And basically, the question was re-asked to me. Guidance said, "What do you think it is?" And I said, "Heaven. This is heaven." And they said, "We wanted to make you smile." And so sometimes you will see something because guidance just knows you need to feel some joy. And that was what was at the end of my meditation today. And maybe I needed that so much because last night I had a meditation in which, I was asking about world events, and I was asking about 2025. And suddenly at the end again, there was this golden white light, and I saw all these faces, but they were in pain, and women, their hair was blowing, and men were frowning, and there were terrible storms and winds. And I heard floods. The floods are coming, the terrible winds are coming. And what guidance has told me about the weather is that the weather is directly influenced by humanity's behavior and their misbehavior. And it is our thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are creating horrible, horrible havoc with the weather, with the planet. Because just think about it. If you think about somebody, sometimes they call. Now, did they call because you were thinking about them, or were you thinking about them because you were picking up intuitively that they were going to call? The point is, there is this point of energy in which we are affecting our environment. We are affecting other people. And when you are angry and people around you start not wanting to be with you, it's because they can feel that energy, right? Imagine what's going on energetically on the planet with all the wars that are happening and the negativity and the powerfulness of that negativity and how it's affecting people. So I was reminded of all this, that these floods and these storms that are going to be enhanced and escalate are because of the escalation of animosity and wars and violence and anger and hatred and prejudice and racism and anti-Semitism. Sorry, I'm getting my words all strewn together because it's so much needless energy and needless behavior and thoughts and feelings that we could choose something better. We have an abundance of everything we need on this planet. We have untapped energy sources that Nikola Tesla knew about. Tesla had a car that really did not have to be plugged in, that could just simply operate on energy. And the reason we're not using it, we could be put an end to electric bills and worrying about power and worrying about poverty. We could solve all these problems, but it doesn't profit the big companies, the big pharma, the big industries. They're run on these dependent sources. And eventually, maybe if the planet lasts long enough, if the people last long enough, we will get to a point where we will use free energy. We will use it and put an end to all of this suffering and misery that's going on the planet. So this is just, I don't know, these are just a few things, but dreams will give you information. If you meditate, your meditations will give you information. Your out of body experiences, remember to enfold, surround, and protect yourself when you know you're going to be meditating, because once you leave your body, you don't want to leave your body unattended, and then just, end up doing who knows what, who knows where. Always have a focus in the sense that only love may come to me and through me. Only love enfolds, protects, and surrounds me. And with that, I'm going to say Happy New Year soon, very, very soon. I'm well aware that 2025 is going to have a lot of challenges, a lot of unhappiness, wars, dissension, anger, hostilities. But find your happiness where you can. Create joy when you can. it's going to be so important for you to have peace of mind. So get together with groups of people that you know can support you, and you can support them in love and caring compassion. Thank you so much for spending this very brief time with me. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, and maybe, if enough of us will focus on the positive aspects of what is capable and what is possible, just maybe we could change the tides of some of these prophecies. Thank you. God bless. And you can reach me at my website, answersfromthelight.com, or jc4light@gmail.com. God bless. Thank you. I'm going to turn this off now.